Hello everybody on YouTube. This is about mid-December and I thought I'd do a walk around the blueberry farm, and I'm going to show you what it looks like at the beginning of the winter time here. I'm doing this today because it's very sunny and in the low 40s and it's pretty nice out today. So come on with me. We're going to do a little walk around the blueberry farm. I'm going to show you all the latest things that I've done here, and hope you enjoy it. Thanks for stopping by. Like and subscribe to the videos. It tells you that you are enjoying what you are seeing. All right, let's head out. So we'll walk down this way. When I first bought the property, I put this fence up here just to look good along the house and the property. I'm walking along the road right now. We'll head down this way. As you can see, it looks very sunny and nice out here. So I've been doing a little bit of deer control here to keep the deer out. And this is the new fence I put in. I had to raise it a little more. So we'll walk down here. It's about a mile walk around the whole property. That is the path. That is. So here's the new fence. Actually, when I bought the property, this fence was here, but I rebuilt it. And there is the botanical garden. If you want to see what it looks like from the flower, dig into the past videos. I have lots of plans this year. We'll go in there and I'll show you later on in this video what I'm doing. This is called the bear swamp because bears hang out here. Nice bench to sit on here, look out. Like plenty of benches around the property so you can just sit out and look out the views. Still got a little work on this fence yet, but it's coming along pretty nice. Over here now is beyond the fence. There is the blueberries. And this fence is supposed to keep the deer and hopefully the bear out. We'll see. Bears seem to like to climb. You cannot stop bears from climbing. Look at that view. Isn't that nice out there? One of my favorite views here. I got another bench here. You can just sit back here. Let's sit down a moment and look at the view. Look at that, huh? Very nice view. Something's flying out there. Okay, let's head over. Still walking along the blueberry field here. There's an old fence post from years ago. It's made out of cedar. They seem to last forever. Who knows how long that was there. I love this tree-lined fence here. Look at these old trees here. Big old oaks. I think this could even be a shagbark hickory. No, that's an oak. But yes, very old trees that are lined the properties. So this is quite interesting here. I got the fence around to keep the animals off it. But I planted this, and it was only, see my hand, it was only this high. So now look how tall that is. This is a willow tree, and it's supposed to be a butterfly attractor because it gets beautiful flowers in the spring. I'm looking forward to seeing what that's going to look like. Look at how tall that is. Horses usually come over this area here, but I don't see any here today. Right now they're way out there. Oh, there was something flying out there. I wonder what that is. Again, here's the blueberry field. We're in the back of the field now. All these fences opened up. They're gates, actually. I planted more stuff here. This is a sweet something there bush. But anyway, they like a swampy area. This is very wet here. There's another willow tree. My sister and I planted this willow tree, and it was only two or 3 feet tall. Look at how tall that is now. It's really stretching up. And it sits in a foot of water here, especially in the spring. And it loves the wet ground here. They love to get their feet wet. Willow trees love water. All right, you're now looking at the back. Look, see how high you have to make the fence to keep the deer out? This is what you have to do. Now we're in the back of the blueberry field here now. Let's walk over here. The property goes way out there, but it's swampy. I'm not going to go out there. And here's another tree here. This is really doing well. Another swamp-loving tree. Look at that. So I'm 6'4", 6'5", and it's way up here. It was very short when we planted it, my sister and I. This was going to be the Japanese garden that we had in mind here. So I planted Pachysandra, and they're starting to really spread out here. There's some more here. And a few bushes here. Mountain laurel right there. Another one here, very small, but they come along. Just some more Pachysandra. So we'll see what happens in this area. Okay, let's make our way out this way. What a beautiful day out here. Low 40s, no wind. Usually very windy this time of year and very cold and cloudy. That's how it is in December. Look at that sun shining. Alright, let's make our way up this way. I'm gonna be putting doors, pedestrian doors in these fences here, so you can just walk right through, but I only put one in so far before the ground froze. So I'll just leave that till later on, maybe next year. So I was gonna walk in here just to let you know this was all shrubs and brush here that looked like this right here along the fence line. This whole entire property when I bought it looked like that. It's hard to imagine as I'm walking along here that this stuff right here, that tall, used to be all through here. This whole entire property, even the blueberry field, was covered, overgrown. There's our view again. Oh, horses are way over there. There they are. usually like it out where they don't have to get their feet wet. For sure, cyclists. This is always something. Previous owner must have planted something there. I just left it. I'm not moving it. Yeah, this is how it used to look. All these scraggly brush and bushes here, which I left. This whole property looked like that, along with some cedar trees. I do like cedar. I'm going to lead the cedar. I didn't cut much of that at all when I cleared the property. And I'll show you something what I did with some of the cedar trees. You can see it's a wetland out there. Usually stays wet all the time unless you get a real dry spell. Okay, let's make our way into the botanical garden. Open the gate and I'll close right behind me so no animals come in. Okay, so this is a new garden right here. As you can see, my shadow walking in the sun of it. This is going to be a whole long rectangle flower garden here. And it goes from here all the way down to the blueberry field. So stay tuned. Let's see what I do there, right? And just so you know, we're walking up to the fence over here. That's also a gate, and this whole fence here is an entire gateway here. And I widened this garden here from the botanical garden. This is a whole new garden here. This will just be for flowers. A whole area there. And you can see from here, this is the whole botanical garden area. Very large garden. Let's go over here. Here's the 9N Ford tractor. We still got the brush hog on. And my Ford TC33D New Holland tractor. And it's all set up for the winter time now. And what I do for snow is I leave the grader blade on in the back here, so I can clear up any areas that need to be snow removed. Here's the greenhouse. There's not much going on in the greenhouse yet, but let's step in here. I just want to show you something. I got the snow blower in here. So it's 40 degrees outside, and I put barrels of water all inside here, and during the day when it's sunny, they absorb the heat and heat up. As you can see, here's the temperature. It's well above 80 degrees. It's probably 100 degrees in here. Yeah, it's pretty warm in here. So this is a cheap way to heat a greenhouse. I do have a little electric heater here I do use. And if you look at one of the past videos, you'll see that I have a cabbage growing in the house, in a little greenhouse in the house. So that will be later on to be transplanted in here. All right, let's step out. I keep that there. This is my blueberry project. You're supposed to freeze the blueberries and then plant the seeds and you'll grow blueberries. This is the barn. I built this barn. I should say garage. It wasn't easy doing it yourself. This is the garden. You want to call it a farm, you want to call it a garden, whatever you want to call it. It's very large, and I have lots of plants for growing vegetables in here next year again. It was terrible this year because of the dry spell. And as you see in past videos, I did a rototill it to knock the weeds down for next year, so they'll compost over the winter. This is the orchard. I have peaches, pears, apples here growing. I'm going to enlarge the orchard. Over here is blackberries. My sister planted these blackberries here. They aren't doing very well. We got a lot of blackberries off them this year. I planted a couple more, and this is what's not growing good, as you can see. Unfortunately, that was grapevines. I don't know why they're not growing good. I have to see what's going on. Here's another blackberry bush I planted here. There's a grape. They just aren't doing anything. Maybe they need fertilizer. I have to look into it. And over here I had to redo the strawberry bed, but they do have strawberry plants in here, and I find rodents eat the leaves during the winter. They really tear it apart, so I had to somehow make it rodent free from the mice or whatever they are, rats. I don't know what eats them, but there's a lot of that around because you live out in the country. This is what you have to deal with. And in the orchard here, there's our other trees I planted here. There's our cherry trees here. There's some pears. I have some holes ready to go for some more trees that I plan to do. Hopefully they'll make it through the winter here. Here's a nice pear. There's a fence there to keep the animals out. So here's a cedar tree. I like the cedars. I prune them up like this so I can get the machines under them, and they make a nice canopy. So there's the fence. Used to be right here, the original fence. I moved it way out there. Here's the beautiful redbud trees I planted a few years back. They're still doing well. They bloomed this year for the first time. Let's see what they do next year. Let's go down to the botanical garden. So there's one thing interesting. See this line here with my foot? This is a whole coneflower garden from here all the way down to the 9N tractor. That's going to be coneflowers I've just planted, and they usually take 2 or 3 years to bloom. This is a wildflower garden here. Some of the areas I rototilled, knocked down the weeds for next year. This is the original coneflower garden. This is where I got the seeds from, and it runs from here all the way down to there. Absolutely beautiful. Sure, if you look at the video, you'll see how beautiful coneflowers bloomed. But as I was putting the fence up, the whole area was open and deer got to my shrubs here. Deers do so much damage. They're terrible. They body dive through things and tear things down. They're very destructive. They're the worst destructive animals around when you have a farm. They just, for some reason, they got this thousands of acres around this area and farms all over it, but they just want to come in here. I'm trying to keep them out for next year. There again, you got some benches here, and this is the rose garden area. Here's some of the roses. It's surrounded here with roses. They were beautiful. Look at the past videos. Some benches, like I said, here. There's a yucca here. More roses. Another bench. Another wildflower gardens here. They're beautiful when they bloom. As you can see, they're already preparing themselves for next year. See the greenery down there? rectangle gardens here. These are annual gardens laying here. I widened it this year. And let's see what this does. This is the tulip garden here. This whole rectangle here is tulips. And we'll see if they come up and bloom this coming year. And another garden there. There's a railroad lantern. This came from a train station down the road called Newfoundland. And this was one of the lanterns that they used to be there when they lit up for the customers who got on trains years ago. This is an original lantern. It's not a repo. And if anybody is interested in buying this lantern, let me know. I don't know what price to put on, but I hope to find someone that is interested in it. If not, it sits nice in the botanical garden here. Let's make our way over here. I'll show you the blueberry farm area. Again, this whole area when I bought the property was brush and tall grass. I know as we're walking along here, it's hard to imagine. All I should do is put pictures of what it used to look like. This is the iris garden here. You can't see anything right now. This is all irises here. And the fence, the original fence used to be right here where you see my foot. It's now moved out over there. Let's walk down through the blueberry field here. Let's see here. It's still nice and sunny out here. Blueberry bushes are in dormancy now, but they do need to be pruned. And there's stuff like this that have to be taken out for next year. So it's always work that needs to be done in a blueberry farm. These blueberry bushes are very old. As you can see with this lichen on there. That needs to be cut out. This kind of stuff's got to be cut away. Blueberries as far as you can see. This is always something interesting. This used to be, well, I can imagine, I guess in here, it used to be a windmill, and there's the tail on it yet, but the windmill part is gone, and the whole thing still sits here yet. So I can imagine what that used to look like. Here's the views over here again. We're now probably in the middle of the blueberry field here. Let's continue to walk down this way. Hundreds of blueberries bushes out here. This was what it used to look like through here, all briars through here. And trees, tall trees as tall as what you see right there in here. It really was overgrown when I first bought the property. I'll go over here. There's a view of the blueberry field. I run the brush hog through it now on the 9N tractor. So every farm had to have a storage area. This actually was here when I bought the farm. It's old irrigation. They had drip irrigation in here. Some old fencing. And I try to use whatever I can out of there yet. Another shed I built here, some extra fence posts and fence panels. Now my big dream here is, as you know, I like railroad stuff, and a friend of mine gave me these old railroad ties. They're not really ties, I should say, but railroad rails, and I plan to put a railroad in here somewhere so I can run my motor cars on. That would be fun if I can get that going. We'll walk this way now. So if you remember past few videos, I widened the potato garden here, or farm, and this coming year I plan to grow watermelon and more in potatoes. Well, we'll see. The plan is to grow watermelon here. This soil is excellent. There isn't even any rocks in here. I rototilled this in and I widened it, and this spring I'll rototill again and to prepare the soil for the soil and the seeds. There's a view there with the sunshine. Hope you're coming along with me today, taking a tour of the blueberry farm. Oh, and this is one of the reasons why I moved the entire fence out further, so I can keep the deer out of here, because they'll just eat everything if I did grow watermelon here. Let's go over here. This is the wildflower shade garden here. Remember I said how much I like cedars? I pruned them up, and this is a whole wildflower shade garden here that we're walking in right now. I just started it. I planted seeds last year and some more this year. So let's see what this does. Whole area here is shade flower garden with the cedars pruned up. Let's make our way down this way now. I like to keep a little bit of wild shrubs here, because these shrubs you see here have beautiful fragrant flowers on them in the spring that attract bees to the blueberries, which is very important for pollination. You have to keep something that attracts bees. And I think this is honeysuckle or Russian olive, but they smell beautiful and they are very attractive, and they attract all kinds of pollinators or bees here, and you need that for the blueberries. And every farm has a brush pile, and here is your evidence of what used to be out there. All this brush came out of this farm here. Some of it's been chipped up, but this is the brush pile that came out of the farm. It's deteriorating now. I held this farm now for 6 years, and it will compost. I run a tractor here and move it around once in a while. You can see here it's turned into a soil mixture here now. That's the brush pile. There's the blueberry field out there. This is a shady area. I'm trying to make this another shade flower garden here, but what I also do is I let the the milkweed grow here, and the monarch butterflies and other butterflies let to come here. Here's some of the equipment. I just mowed this here this past spring and it got overgrown. You would never believe that. This was here only a few months. My disc harrows. Some of my other equipment here, no disc harrow. Some plows, rototillers, the potato plow, cultivators. There's another plow here. Pulse hole digger. York rake. Yeah, it's just some of the equipment I have on the farm here you have to have to maintain the farm. I'll go this way. Again, this is a hole. Even though you see a fence across here, these are gates that open up very wide so I can get tractors through. More benches. And we'll finish off the video by walking up along the fence line now. We're actually in the inside of the fence line here. Again, you'll see some bushes, shrubs here. This is pollinators. Very important to have these grow here because they attract the bees in the spring for the blueberries. You want to have them around the blueberry field. Another cedar. You can see them in some of the past videos how beautiful they look, and of course you can't experience the beautiful fragrance of them, but they are beautiful and they really attract them. I believe back one of the past videos I stood right here and said, there they are in bloom. Take a look. Past videos, you might be able to see them. What I was talking about. What a nice early winter day out here. Late fall, early winter. You don't get many days like this in December in northern New Jersey. There's the botanical garden area again. Lots of birds out here today, I'm surprised. There's the chickens roosting. I can hear them going. I kept these cedars here just to let a little bit of scenery here. I don't know what kind of birds they are, but there are a lot in this bush here. Look at them all. It's probably winter birds that migrated here. Okay, so here's the fence line here that keeps the animals out. This fence line was actually here when I bought the property, but what people don't know is this two fences here, you see my hand, they actually open up their own hinges. The whole area opens up. Okay, everybody, that's it for the tour. That fence over there opens up too. All those four of those fences open up wide so I get the equipment through. It's there to keep the animals out. This was a nice, I got a really good deal on this 9N tractor, and it didn't really need any work, but I put a 12 volt system in it, and I used it all summer long with this brush hog, so it freed up the New Holland tractor for other equipment, and I just left the brush hog on this tractor the whole time. And I didn't have to go through the bother of disconnecting and connecting. And even though they both have quick release hitches, it's still a pain in the butt to put them on and off. So that was really nice. It was a nice addition to the farm here. Very old tractor. I like this old equipment. I can just imagine the farmer that saved up his money to buy this tractor for his farm to make work easier on it. I can know that feeling. So, all right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the tour today of the blueberry farm. We just don't grow blueberries here. We grow a lot of things. And I've been here since 2017. And it's very peaceful, very enjoyable here. So thanks for stopping by to view this video today. I hope you enjoyed the tour with me, and again, I always tell everybody, please subscribe to my videos and the channel. It means a lot, because for one thing, it's telling me that you are enjoy what you are seeing, and another thing, it gets me ideas about things to do, and I enjoy the progress, showing everyone what's going on a blueberry farm here. So stop by again. Please share this video, please like, and of course subscribe. Thanks for stopping by. Stop by again, and take care, everyone. See you again soon on a blueberry farm. Bye for now.